Hey everybody, it's Venice Johnson, the Boldness Coach, helping women entrepreneurs to be bold, big, and bad. And I'm excited today to introduce you to Miss Tamiko from All Things Simple. So Tamiko, welcome.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. I'm fantastic. And I'm even more fantastic because I'm about to have an amazing conversation with you that I know that women want to hear what you have to say about you and your business.
Oh,
So tell everybody about your business, Tamiko.
well, my business, we dot the I's and cross the T's for your event uh, with ease, style, and simplicity. So basically, we kind of come in at any time within your event planning process to help you make sure that it goes off smoothly without a hitch and that you enjoy the event, that all attendees and guests have a wonderful time, gain out of it what they want, and for operations to actually also achieve their ROI.
Wonderful. Wow. Yeah, because event planning, there's a lot behind event planning, and a lot of people think they can just plan their own events, right?
Yes,
And
yes.
then they want to plan their event plus be a part of the event. Um, and then they want it to come out great. And that's to me, it sounds like a formula for disaster.
Exactly. And it's inevitable. Every time I talk to somebody, whether it's a bride or a corporate client, the question goes, oh, I didn't even think about that. Oh, I didn't think of that. Like, wow, good thank God I talked to you. So there's always something that no one ever thinks about.
Wonderful, right, absolutely. So tell everybody, where were you in your business like 3 to 6 months ago? So just kind of give us an idea of what was going on in your business in that time frame.
Well, I was in the survival mode versus striving mode. Uh,
Wow.
a quote I think I got from you, Venice. But I need to strive versus surviving. So it's just that it's taking those. It was at that point where making decisions based upon the immediate need versus making a decision thinking about the long-term effect that decision will have in that moment. So that's kind of where I was, or working past and working in and growing in that more and more every day.
hmm And it's so interesting you say that because I think a lot of women entrepreneurs, it doesn't matter what stage you are in your business, if you are in the pre-launching phase or if you are already an existing entrepreneur, because how long had you been in business?
About 10 years.
10 years. So just think about that. Sometimes people think, women business owners think, okay, you've been in business for 10 years, you have it all figured out. Is that true?
No.
No, right, right.
Every day. I mean, and even sometimes if it's something that you've heard before,
hmm
depending on where you are at that time that you heard it, you may not have heard that. But now
Yeah,
that you're in a different space, you hear something different and it has a different impact. So I think
right.
whatever we hear, it always meets us where we are at that moment.
Absolutely. And I think you made a good point, and that is so true, is that in your business, either you are striving or you're surviving. It's one of the two. And like you said, making a decision in the moment is really in survival mode. But when you're able to have some clarity about where you are and to look beyond that, then you can start planning, which means you get into surviving. And that's where the real shift happens, right?
Exactly. And
Yeah.
that, and with that comes, I think one of the things is thinking big. And and when you're in survival mode, you're always thinking really small
Yes.
about that. But when you get into striving mode, you think a lot bigger.
Yeah, I love that. That's a great analogy. When you're in survival mode, you're just thinking about what's in front of you. But when you're in striving mode, you can really think about your future, and you can really be bold then, right?
Exactly.
So tell everyone, what was it about the Back to Business Mastermind class that kind of caught your attention, given the fact that you had been in business 10 years, given the fact that you were in survival mode and things were happening, they just weren't big scale, but things were happening. What was it about the Back to Business Mastermind class that made you say, you know what, I think I need to take this class?
Well, one, Venice, it was you. I'm just gonna,
Uh-oh.
completely honest, is because your approach to it was just real. And I think I attended a seminar that you did a while back in
Mhm.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And just in that, what, half an hour time, I was like, whoa, it made me think about some things that I hadn't really thought about. And your approach is keeping it real and telling you what it is without, no, you don't try to sugarcoat it. I mean, it sounds good when you say it, not that it's all rough or anything like that.
Right.
But I don't want anybody to think, oh my gosh, you're just gonna throw it out there. But
Yeah.
that's not it. It's that approach, that's that real girlfriend approach. Says, look, this is what you need to do. And this is where you are. And you're not thinking here. You need to think over here. And so look, and that was that was a key reason why I chose the business to business. And the other was just the overall approach, starting from the beginning again. Actually, even being in business 10 years, to think about starting over and re-establishing some things and thinking big. And it came at a time where I was in the process of rebranding and restructuring on my business, from going from one side, from social events more over into corporate and special events.
Yeah. You know what's funny, Tam, that you say, one part of my brand is authenticity. And as the boldness coach, I'm committed to really bringing it to you straight, no chaser, but with a touch of love, with the touch of love, like you say, the girlfriend approach. Because I'm the kind of girlfriend that's not gonna buy into, making you feel comfortable because you think it's a good idea. I'm the kind of girlfriend that says, no. Let's talk a little more about that. Let's get clear about that. And I think that a lot of us as women entrepreneurs, we need communities like that, girlfriend entrepreneurs like that, who can kind of help us in the interruption, before we go to the next step. And the other thing, Tam, is we actually had been communicating, you and I had been communicating probably about a year too long before you got into a program. Because we met almost this time last year, I think in April or something last year. Then we had a conversation on the phone for probably about an hour, almost hour and a half, probably 6 or 7 months later. And then 2 or 3 months later is when you signed up. So in all honesty, you were kind of like in that whole survival mode, at least for almost 9 months that I can remember. And who knows before then,
Long before then, yeah.
Yeah. So here, look. So from that example, we can say, don't let 9 months catch you.
Yeah. So, I mean, act now. And I've been reading some other things that prompt you to act now and in the moment, and to make those choices, and then understanding how those choices impact you later on. So, I'm a Taurus, the bull. They say we move kind of slow and steady. But we are loyal, and I am. So sometimes you got to jab us to get us to get moving. We like sitting and being kind of comfortable.
Yeah. And speaking of that, where did the shift happen in the class? Because I can attest and say, yes, you are slow and steady, and I have seen some great things, and we're going to tell everyone about that in a second. But where did the shift come in the class? Because we have 5 weeks, every other week we were in class. So at what week did you say that a shift started to happen for you, that you could then start to see the difference in your business?
It was the first homework assignment.
Wow.
Doing the vision and mission statement. I've done it before, done it several times, read the business plan where you have to create your vision and your mission statement. I took the Women's Initiative course where you did your mission statement and vision statement. There was a turning point there. I think it was our first one-on-one. And I read my vision statement. You was like, oh no, you need to think bigger than that. That's really small. And this was over the phone. If you can see me, I was sitting in my car like, she just said, oh no, you have to redo that. That is not a vision. I was like, but that's a stretch for me. You're like, that's not it. That's not it. You got to go bigger than that. So that was a turning point in thinking big.
Yeah. And, wow.
I think it was in that conversation where I had a realization that I think my whole life I've always dreamed just right here.
Wow.
I want to be logical because, I mean, for me to cross I's and dot T's, I'm logical.
Mm-hmm.
So I have
Mm-hmm.
a logical approach to everything. I want this to be, I need to have this. And then there's been times where, instead of just going out and doing something, oh, no, I got to make sure that my business plan is right. I need to make sure I got my marketing thing here. And it's got to be perfect and nothing can go out the door until all that's right. And sometimes you just,
Gosh.
you know what? Just bite the doggone bullet and do it. Like, seriously. All that will come. You do need to have some of those things in place so that you stay on target and you understand what you're doing.
Yeah.
I'm not saying not to do any of those things, but not allow those things to cripple you.
Yes.
And make you stagnant that you can't move on beyond that.
Wow.
And that's and that's kind of like the story of my life that I've done.
Up until this point.
Up until this point, right.
Up until this point.
So, a long time ago, she was like, Tam, you always just do it. You need to do a lot more.
Yeah. 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 You brought up something, two really pivotal points, I think, that women entrepreneurs really need to know. Number one, how long have you been in business?
10 years.
10 years. Okay. So you've been in business for 10 years and you recognize, you know what, I need to go back to the beginning and really look at what I'm doing going forward, because what you did up until this point wasn't getting you to the next level. So that's really important, is that, and I don't care if you're just even a year starting out the gate, you need some clarity. If you're 5 years, 10 years, even 15 years, because life happens, right?
Yeah.
We're not the same age now that we were 10 years ago.
Exactly.
And some of us might be saying, thank goodness we ain't. Exactly, right? Big impact. The other thing you said was perfectionism. I mean, my goodness, how many times have we really stopped our own progress and been our own worst enemy because we were looking at being perfect to get things done? That is like the craziest, right? But so many of us get caught up in that space, right?
All the time.
All the time. And like you said, just choose it. Just choose it. And in the world of coaching, we call it practice your practice, which means that when you choose something, practice how it's going and then switch it up. And, but you're in the process of practicing it. So therefore, it gives you the opportunity to kind of make things work. But you got to be in the practice of it in order to know what doesn't work and what does work.
Wow, that makes sense.
Yeah, and it's crazy. And then the third thing that you said was that you also, okay, I just lost my train of thought. You said that you got clear on your business, that you got past perfection. Oh, this one really had me. I wanted to say it first, but I had to bring myself back. When you said I did just enough, I'm like right here. Instead of like up here, it's like, okay, I'm just gonna stay right here because this is the comfort zone for me. So I'm not gonna dream past this comfort zone. And this is okay with me. Mm-hmm. And so many of women get to that point in their lives and they're like, well, this is good enough because I don't know what's between here and up here.
Exactly.
So right here is where I'm gonna sit on this bench and ride this bench. But I'm gonna say, I want more clients, I want to make more money, I want to make this business work. We sit on the bench and we put out and project out all the things we wanted to do for us, but we don't want to do nothing for it.
Exactly.
Crazy, right? Crazy talk. So I heard your business shifted from the first class. I heard that your business made a shift when we had our one-on-one session. And just a little bit about that, because I got a couple more questions that the ladies want to know. When we were talking, I actually had to pull off the side of the road because it was like, in our session, it was like, no, I gotta stop. I need to just focus on this conversation with you because I am not gonna let you live in this space. We are not doing that today.
Yeah, no. And actually, it's funny because I have the notes that I was taking in that car while I was waiting to see if I could find my notes. So here was the vision statement that, this is what I submitted. All my notes were all through here. I wrote down what you said, comments about I found someplace else I was writing notes. I had notes everywhere. I said, okay, now let me go back and look at this. There's proof that
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, and you know what? I think that's good for you to be able to look back whenever you feel like you want to go back to settling to survival mode. I think that's great to pull it out and say, wait a minute, wait a minute, and really to ask yourself some different questions based on just being in the class. So what happened with your business? Did you tell us about like what's shifted in your business since the class, or even during the class and after the class? What's changed in your business?
Well, one of the things is me understanding my value, and willing to put out the price for the value and say, here's what my price is, and then just go,
shut up.
And then let them make the choice. I mean, that's what you learn in like sales one-on-one, right? It's not to talk through that, put it out there, let it sit, and not try to defend the price, because you don't have to defend your price.
Right.
You have to defend you.
Girl, if I could give me a high five, give me a virtual high five on that. Yes, 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 yes.
You know your value, and you understand what you bring to the table. So I think that it's having that confidence, and now I've got that confidence to approach these businesses, approach companies, corporates, because that's where I want my direction, my business to go. Move out of the social side. I still love my social, still love my weddings and birthday parties and retirement parties, but I've always had the vision to be like, it started out as 60-40, then it went 70-30. Now it's like I wanted to be 80-20.
Yeah, right.
Because I still have my passion for weddings and love and there's still that passion.
Right.
But I also feel also enjoyed the corporate side. I like working on meetings and handling all the logistics for like the registration and stuff like that. It's like that just excites me.
And that's great, because that clarity and confidence and understanding your value, that allowed you to, sounds like, to kind of create a target customer list that works for not only for the business, but it also works for what's important right here in your heart.
Yes.
And I think that a lot of women sometimes feel like they have to sacrifice what's really important to them to make a dollar. And that's never been our conversation. About sacrificing, what your importance in life and how you were brought to make a difference in the world for $1, because it doesn't work. It doesn't work. That's really powerful. So tell us, what's next for you in your business?
What's next? Well, next is to be a millionaire within the next 2 years. How about that?
I love it. I love it. Say it again, because I was clapping.
So my goal is to be a millionaire within the next 2 years. So that's what I want to strive for. So that's a big dream. And now that I've put this out in the universe, it is now on a video. So now I must commit to that.
Here we go, being bold, big, and bad, right?
That was a bold statement. I didn't even think about it. It was just like, here, boom, there it is. So there we are. I'm being big, bold, and even got some pink hair to show for it. So
all right, I love it. And then I also see your vision board in the background too. So I love seeing that behind you, and I love that it's there, as your whole energy is shifting, in your office from your desk to behind you. So it's like you're surrounded, with some bold energy, girl. You are surrounded with some bold energy.
I got Maya Angelou up there. So that's like the queen of all queens.
So you got what up at there?
Maya Angelou.
Oh, yes, yes. Oh, yeah, I see her in the top. Yes, absolutely. So as we get ready to... Oh, Lord. So tell everybody, this has been so great. And I'm sure that the women are listening to this, watching this video, this replay, they're going to get some value from this, Tam, because, a lot of them, and even if it's just one of them, are at a place in their business where they're stuck with perfectionism. They're not clear about their value. They don't feel confident, you know, in being able to say this and, you know, to say their value, or even confident to go after who they want to go after, you know, in their business, while they still kind of love up on some of the other customers. And I love the fact that you shifted that 80-20, you know. That's another place a lot of women would be afraid to, is to go big, you know, after the target customer and stop going after the little guy. I think that you've done some amazing work. I have been watching you, of course, and seeing you shift and grow. And every time I see you, I'm always shouting you out on Facebook and our Girl Get Your Business Straight group, because I'm here to encourage you and to support you and to not let you go back. There's no turning back. It's only moving forward.
Yeah.
So that's so exciting. Tell everyone where they can find out more information about your business, or where they can be able to reach you.
Okay. Well, you can find me at www.all-things-simple.com. And on the website, you'll see all my information, contact information. If you want to make a phone call, talk to me direct, you can contact me at 510-685-5938. I am also on Facebook as All Things Simple, and Instagram and All Things Simple 12. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and I'm always posting, you know, little tips, ideas. You get a little insight on who I am, because I love wine and friends and chocolate and food and dancing. You might see me out and about town, you know, having a glass of wine, enjoying some chocolate, laughing and talking with friends, just on a personal level. So
I would expect nothing less from an event planner to be out on the town. And I've seen that chocolate and wine, one of the posts you did on Facebook. So it's on my to-do list now, is to go out and to sample some chocolate and wine. So thank you so much for that.
You're welcome.
So ladies, this has been great to have Tamiko here to share how she is stepping in her bold, big, and bad, how the Back to Business Mastermind class has helped her to shift her business to new heights. So I'm looking forward, ladies, to having you in the class, and also sending me questions from my interview with Tamiko, or reaching out to Tamiko and asking her questions, and perhaps even inviting her to do an event for you. So my name is Venice Johnson, the Boldness Coach, helping women entrepreneurs to be bold, big, and bad. See you next time.